Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamunatiravanachari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Radha Madhava ki, Shri Radha Radhanath ki. Jaya Om Vishnu Pada Paramamsa Parivrakacharya Stottara Shata Shri Srimad A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki, BBT founder Srila Prabhupada ki, ISKCON Samstapakacharya Srila Prabhupada ki, Mantra Upasaka Srila Prabhupada ki, Savior of the whole world Srila Prabhupada ki, Preeminent Shiksha Guru Srila Prabhupada ki. Jaya Om Vishnu Pada Paramamsa Parivrakacharya Stottara Shata Shri Srimad Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada ki, Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki, Premsa Kosha Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki, Shri Gopa Gopinath Shama Kun Radha Kun Giri Govardhan ki, Shri Vrindavan Dham ki, Mayapur Dham ki, Ganga Maya ki, Yamuna Maya ki, Tulsi Maharani ki, Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki, Gaura Premanande, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glory to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga, all glory to Srila Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Today we're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 20, entitled Lord Vishnu's Appearance in the Sacrificial Arena of Maharaj Prithu. We're reading text number 37. You can repeat after me. Bhagavan Api Rajarisha Sopadya Yasya Chachyuta Haran Iva Mano Mushya Swadama Pratyapadyata. Bhagavan Api Rajarisha. Bhagavan Api Rajarisha. Sopadyayasya Chachyuta. Sopadyayasya Chachyuta. Haran iva manom mushya. Haran iva manom mushya. Swadama pratyapadyata. Swadama pratyapadyata. Bhagavan api rajarisha. Sopadya yasya chachuta. Haran iva mano mushya. Swadama pratyapadyata. Bhagavan api rajarisha. Sopadya yasya chachuta. Haraniva mano mushya. Swadama pratyapadyata. Bhagavan api rajarisha. Sopadya yasya chachuta. Haraniva mano mushya. Swadama pratyapadyata. Bhagavan api rajarisha. Sopadya yasya chachuta. Haran iva mano mushya. Swadama pratyapadyata. Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, api, also, Raja Rishe, of the saintly king, Sa Upadhyayasya, along with all the priests, Cha, also, Achyuta, the infallible Lord, Haran, captivating, Eva, indeed, Mana, the mind, Amushya, of him, Swadama, to his abode, Pratyapadyata, returned. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada ki. The infallible Supreme Personality of Godhead, having captivated the minds of the king and the priests who were present, returned to his abode in the spiritual sky. Purport. Because the Supreme Personality of Godhead is all spiritual, he can descend from the spiritual sky without changing his body, and thus he is known as Achyuta, or infallible. When the living entity falls down to the material world, however, he has to accept a material body, and therefore, in his material embodiment, he cannot be called Achyuta, because he falls down from his real engagement in the service of the Lord. The living entity gets a material body to suffer or try to enjoy in the miserable material conditions of life. Therefore, the fallen living entity is called Chitta, whereas the Lord is called Achyuta. The Lord was attractive for everyone, not only the king, but also the priestly order, who are very much addicted to the performance of Vedic rituals. Because the Lord is all attractive, he is called Krishna, or one who attracts everyone. The Lord appeared in the sacrificial arena of Maharaj Prithu as Kshirodakshayi Vishnu, who is a plenary expansion of Lord Krishna. He is the second incarnation from Karanodakshayi Vishnu, who is the origin of material creation, and who expands as Garbhodakshayi Vishnu, who enters into each and every universe. Kshirodakshayi Vishnu is one of the Purushas who control the material modes of nature. Om Jnana-timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Panchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sutadevi Pranamami Hari Priya Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. The verse again. The infallible Supreme Personality of Godhead, having captivated the minds of the king and the priests who were present, returned to his abode in the spiritual sky. Hare Krishna. So we come more or less towards the ending of this chapter, and the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu, after giving instructions to Maharaj Prithu, is ready to leave the material world where Prithu Maharaj is and to return to his own abode in the spiritual sky. So Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This term, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, was coined by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta, the spiritual master of Prabhupada. It's explained that the word supreme means that Krishna has no equal or superior. The word personality means that Krishna is full of personality. Krishna is not impersonal, nor is he mechanical. Then there is the word Godhead, which can be divided into two separate words, God and head. The word head in this context means a fountainhead, and a fountainhead refers to a source of a stream of water. And of course we know about God, and God means being omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent. So when we put these two words together, God and head, we get Godhead, or a source of a stream of God. In other words, Krishna is not God, but he is the source or the origin of God. It's more accurate to say that Balaram is God. Existence exists because of Balaram's desire to serve Krishna. We have a saying in the deity department that all the paraphernalia is Balaram, but it's not limited to just the deity department. Everything in the material and spiritual worlds are meant to be used in the service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If we want to be technical, we can even say that Radharani is God. Everything that exists is based on the Shakti of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And the personification of that Shakti is none other than Srimati Radharani. But neither Radharani nor Balaram are equal to or superior than Krishna. It's described that first there was Krishna, who was all alone, and then from his right side came Balaram, and from his left side came Srimati Radharani. Their existence depends on Krishna. As an example of Krishna's superiority, There's a pastime of how Arjuna got Subhadra as his wife. This happened according to Krishna's direction. Arjuna disguised himself as a sannyasi, and he went to visit Dwaraka, and there he met Lord Balaram. Arjuna would take prasadam with Balaram, and he would have talks with Balaram, and so on. And while Balaram and Arjuna disguised as a sannyasi would take their meals together, Subhadra was the one who would serve all the different preps. And Subhadra would notice that something was off about this sannyasi. The sannyasi was very young and very handsome. The sannyasi was very fit, with firm muscles. And she could see that the sannyasi had scars on his shoulders from carrying bows and other weapons. Days went by, and the relationship between Subhadra and Arjuna became very close, even in the presence of Lord Balaram, who was oblivious to everything that was going on around him. And then the impossible happened. Shri Shri Radha Radha Ki, Srila Prabhupada Ki. Then the impossible happened, and Arjuna successfully kidnapped Subhadra. What this tells us is that Balaram, who is the closest existence to Krishna, cannot see anything that is beyond his own capabilities. Balaram, who is Bhagavan, even he cannot fully understand Krishna. Rake Krishna, Mare Krishna, Rake Ke. If Krishna wants to protect you, no one can kill you. If Krishna is protecting you, not even an incarnation of Krishna like Balaram can kill you. If Krishna wants to kill you, no one can protect you. If Krishna wanted to kill you, even an incarnation of Krishna like Balaram cannot protect you. This is the case we find in the Mahabharata. The final battle between Duryodhana and Bhima. They were fighting, and under the instruction of Krishna, Bhima cheated in order to beat Duryodhana. And because of this, Lord Balaram became very angry. How can Bhima cheat? And so he wanted to kill Bhima. But Krishna jumped on the back of Balaram, and Krishna locked Balaram in place, and Balaram could not move. So Baladev, the epitome of strength, is not stronger than Krishna. So the term, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is only applicable to Krishna and not to anyone else. But because we have Kali Yuga brains, we find that wherever there is an incarnation mentioned, Prabhupada would address them as the Supreme Personality of Godhead for our own understanding. But it is also very clear in this purport that Prabhupada is defining Krishna as distinct from his incarnations, like the Purusha avatars. Prabhupada defines the name of Krishna in the purport. Krishna means one who attracts everyone. One of the attractions of Krishna is that he is Bhagavan, one who has 6 opulences in full, namely strength, knowledge, fame, beauty, wealth, and renunciation. The living entities are attracted to one or more of these opulences. You may be attracted to someone with beauty. You may be attracted to someone who has a lot of wealth. But Krishna is the most attractive because he has all the opulences in full. In Krishna book we read that Rukmini developed attraction for Krishna by hearing about his activities. She had never met Krishna, nor had she seen him before, but attraction developed simply by hearing about him. And this is the same for us as well. We were attracted to Krishna simply by hearing about him. Krishna is all attractive. Devotees display their attraction to Krishna in different ways. Once Krishna visited the house of Vidur, and Vidur would peel bananas for the Lord, but Vidur would throw the banana away, and instead he would give Krishna the banana peels to eat. The same goes for when Krishna plays the flute. The gopis abandoned whatever they're doing just to be present before Krishna. They are so attracted to Krishna that they put their clothes on in the wrong way. They don't put on their makeup on properly. And the gopis who would be serving their families, they would leave everything behind just to meet Krishna. In the 8th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, there's a pastime where the demigods and the demons are engaged in churning the ocean of milk. And at the end, the Supreme Lord incarnates as a woman, Mohini Murti, which means attractive form. The Acharyas describe that Lakshmi, who was too proud of her beauty, had to be corrected. And so the Lord corrected her mentality by incarnating in this female form. Lord Shiva also, he prayed to the Lord to show his female form of Mohini Murti. Somehow or other, Lord Shiva missed out when Mohini Murti appeared the first time. Lord Shiva had been drinking the ocean of poison that was churned from the ocean of milk. So the Supreme Lord had displayed his form as Mohini Murti in front of Lord Shiva. And Lord Shiva, who is always restraining his senses, lost control of his senses. Lord Shiva, even in the presence of his own wife, attempted to capture Mohini Murti. And Mohini Murti, who was wearing a sari and running away, Lord Shiva couldn't even capture her. So Krishna is attracted to everyone. And the most attractive feature of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is his Tribhanga form, where the Lord is bent in 3 places, as we see on the altar. The devotees say that it's very easy to put this form of Krishna in the region of the heart, but it is very difficult to take Krishna out. Prabhupada also describes that the Lord is called Achyuta, infallible. The Lord is never covered by material nature. When the Lord descends to the material world, He comes in His self-same spiritual form. On the other hand, the living entities are Chutta, or fallible. When the living entities deviates from the path of bhakti, he must come down to the material world. And here the living entity must accept a material body to suffer or to try and enjoy as he likes. And the living entity's sense of enjoyment is a perverted reflection of Krishna's enjoyment. Krishna is known as the Shaktiman. He is the energetic. And Krishna's energy is the Shakti. Prabhupada explains that the Shaktiman and the Shakti, or the energy and the energetic, is non-different from each other. They appear as Radha and Krishna, and they are magnetically connected to each other. In the material world, the perverted reflection of that spiritual magnetic connection appears as the attraction between a man and a woman. If you want to enjoy like a Purusha, the material nature will give you a body that is an imitation of Krishna's spiritual form. If I am envious of Radharani, then material nature will give me a body that is an imitation of Radharani's form. That same attraction that is present between Radha and Krishna appears as attraction between a male body and a female body. So to overcome the programming of the material body, one has to engage in anyabhilashita shunyam. One has to divert one's attraction to the Supreme Personality of Godhead in order to overcome one's identification with the material body. Otherwise, the living entities will remain as chutta, or fallible, or conditioned. The Sanskrit word for conditioned is baddha. The living entities who can't extricate themselves from the material world are called nitya-baddhas, eternally conditioned. So we don't want to be eternal baddhas, and we want to strive towards being free from the material world and to go back home, back to Godhead. So I'll stop over here. Any questions or comments? Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.